Pi Network added subscription smart contracts on Testnet, but Pi kept sliding as users focused on migration problems. The Pi Network launch tension is simple. The feature is real, but trust is still being tested. Subscriptions could let developers build recurring payment tools for e-commerce, streaming, online services, and other repeat-use products. That is useful only if the feature moves beyond Testnet and users can actually access the tokens they need to use it. That makes this a two-track story. Developers received a new testing surface, while many users are still asking whether the base access process works. The feature sits inside a longer protocol update path. The project moved from version 19.6 in late February through later versions, with 20.2 laying the foundation for smart contract features. Version 21 followed in early April, and version 22 was scheduled for completion by April 27. That sequence shows a technical roadmap, but the community is judging execution through a practical question. Can pioneers complete KYC and migrate balances without confusion? Each version update matters only if it reduces friction or expands what builders and users can do in a way they can actually verify. KYC remains the loudest issue around the rollout. Many users have complained that they still cannot migrate tokens even after completing required steps. The team has said second migrations began last month and that hundreds of thousands of pioneers completed balance transfers. That progress matters, but it has not fully convinced the community. For a project built around a large user base, migration friction can drown out technical updates because users care first about access. For users waiting on balances, a testnet feature can feel secondary until migration status, account verification, and transfer paths become predictable. The token chart shows the same conflict. Pi briefly pumped after a Kraken listing, then spent 4 weeks falling from almost 30 cents to well below 20 cents. A recovery attempt was stopped near 0.185, and the latest snapshot put Pi around 0.173. Its market cap was listed near $1.76 billion, leaving its top altcoin position under pressure. The Pi Network launch did not change the immediate market read because feature progress and token confidence are not the same thing. That reaction shows why product news can fail to lift sentiment when the market is focused on unresolved access and confidence issues. The mechanism is utility versus unlockable value. A subscription contract can create recurring use cases only if developers build on it, users can pay reliably, and balances move cleanly through the system. Testnet proves that a capability can be tried in a safer environment. It does not prove mainnet demand, merchant adoption, or user satisfaction. If the access layer stays messy, the new feature may look useful on paper while failing to calm token holders. The feature could become important, but only if recurring payments are simple enough for developers to test and clear enough for users to trust. The next Pi Network launch signal is execution after the testnet announcement. Watch whether version 22 arrives as planned, whether developers test subscription flows, whether real use cases appear, and whether KYC migration complaints start to fall. Pi does not need another broad promise as much as it needs visible user access and working repeat payment examples. That is the gap the project has to close. That makes the next watch point operational: fewer stuck migrations, clearer testnet feedback, and a mainnet path that users can understand. For a community, this large support clarity is part of the product. A working feature can still be overshadowed if users cannot understand the status of their own balances.